Welcome once again to this wonderful time. In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to subtract two fractions. The question says we should solve the following. Number 1 is 1 over 2 minus 2 over 2. Let's begin with the first example. 1 over 2 minus 2 over 2. The first thing to do is to draw your division line. Then we look for the LCM of the denominators. Remember, the denominators are numbers that are below. And the numbers below these fractions are 2 and 2. So we look for the LCM of these two denominators. How do we look for it? Very simple. You draw your LCM line, put the two numbers, which are 2 and 2. Then the lowest factor that can divide 2 and 2 without remainder is 2. Such that 2 divide 2 will give us 1, and 2 divide 2 will still give us 1. So the common LCM of these two denominators is 2. So we write 2 here. Then 2 divide 2 will be 1. We write the 1. Then we multiply it with this 1 on top. Then we put our minus. Also, this 2 divide this 2 is still 1. We also write the 1 and multiply it with the number on top, which is 2. Such that 1 multiplied by 1 is still 1. Then minus 1 multiplied by 2 will give us 2. Then all over this 2. And this is equal to 1 minus 2 will give us negative 1, and that is all over 2. So the answer is negative 1 over 2. Let's solve the second question. The second one says half minus 1 over 3. Remember, the first thing to do is to draw your division line. Then we look basically for the LCM of 2 and 3. And the LCM of 2 and 3 is very simple, which is 6. But I want to solve it so that you understand how we get it. The smallest factor that can divide 2 or 3 without remainder is 2. 2 can divide 2, and when 2 divide 2, we have 1. But 2 cannot divide 3, so we bring down 3. Then the next factor that can divide, since we already have 3 here, is 3, which is the smallest factor that can divide 3. And when 3 divide 3, we are going to have 1. And 2 multiplied by 3. 2 multiplied by 3. That is, this 2 multiplied by this 3 will give us 6. So the common LCM of 2 and 3 is 6. Then 2 divide 6 will give us 3. We write that 3 multiplied by the 1 on top, which is the numerator. Then minus 3 divide 6 will give us 2. We write the 2 in brackets, that is multiplied by this 1 on top. Such that 3 multiplied by 1 will give us 3. Then minus 2 multiplied by 1 will give us 2. And that is all over, we have 6. This is equal to 3 minus 2 will give us 1 all over 6. So here is the answer for the second question. Then for the third question, which is question number 3. The question says 2 whole number 2 over 3 minus 3 whole number 3 over 4 minus 3 whole number 3 over 4. Looking at these two fractions, they are mixed fractions. So we have to convert the mixed fractions first of all to improper fraction before we solve further. So converting 2 whole number 2 over 3 to improper fraction, we then say 2 multiplied by 3 will give us 6. Then that 6 plus 2 will give us 8. We say 8 over 3. So 2 whole number 2 over 3 is equivalent to 8 over 3. Minus 3 multiplied by 4 will give us 12. And 12 plus 3 will give us 15. Then we write 15 all over 4. Very simple. We then draw our division line and then look for the LCM of 3 and 4. Very simple. This is the way to do it. Draw your straight line, put 3 and 4, 3 and 4. The smallest factor that can divide either 3 or 4 is 2. So we write 2. 2 divide 3, it cannot go or it cannot divide. So we just put down 3. Remember that when 2 divide 3, it will have remainder. And because it will have remainder, we don't need to trouble ourselves. We bring down the 3. Then 2 divide 4, we have 2. Then the next smaller factor that can divide either 3 or 2 is 2. Then when 2 goes into 3, it cannot divide 3 without remainder because of course it will have remainder. Hence, we still bring down 3. Then when 2 divide 2, we have 1. Then the next factor that can divide, of course, we are left with 3. And the factor that can divide 3 is 3. And when 3 divide 3, we have 1. Such that the LCM of 3 and 4 is 2 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 3. 2 multiplied by 2 will give us 4. And 4 multiplied by 3 will give us 12. We have 12. So the common LCM of 3 and 4 is 12. 3 divide 12 will give us 4. We write the 4 in brackets, we write 8. What I did is very simple. 3 divide 12 is 4. We write the 4 multiplied by the numerator, which is 8. Then we put our minus sign. Then 4 divide 12, we have 3. And 3 will multiply the numerator, which is 15. And of course, 4 times 8 will give us 32. Then minus 3 times 15. Very simple. This is your 15 multiplied by 3. 3 times 5 is 15. You write 5, borrow 1. 3 times 1 is 3 plus this 1, you have 4. So automatically, 3 times 15 will give us 45. Then all over your 12. Then 32 minus 45. For kids, this is the way to teach them this. Because 32 minus 45 will give you a negative value. But first of all, this is the way to do it. Just say 45 minus 32. 45 minus 32. After which, you put a subtraction sign for the answer or value you get. So 5 minus 2, of course, will give us 3. Then 4 minus 3, of course, will give us 1. But because 32 minus 45, 45 is bigger than 32, automatically we are going to have a negative value. So we have negative 13. So 32 minus 45 gives us negative 13, then all over 12. This is our answer. This is basically how to solve a given problem involving subtraction of fractions. I guess you've learned a lot from this video. Please try as much as possible to reshare this video, most especially to pupils in primary 6 and also basic students from JS1 to JS3 so that they will be able to get acquainted with the system of subtracting fractions. Then, if you've proved to have learned this concept, please solve number 4 for me and drop your answer in the comment section. 2 divided by 5 minus 3 all over 6. Solve this problem and drop your answer in the comment section. Thank you and see you next time. Goodbye.